In April 2020, the personal savings rate in the United States hit 33%, the highest level recorded since 1959. Most of that money never moved again. That is not caution. That is instinct. Here is the pattern. The moment your environment feels unstable, whether it is a market drop, a round of layoffs at your company, or just the news cycle turning grim, your brain does not calculate the optimal move. It reaches for cash, not investments, not debt payoff, not even the accounts already earning you interest. Just cash, sitting where you can see it and touch it. You tell yourself this is prudent, building a cushion, staying liquid. But the amount rarely stops at prudent. It keeps growing past any number a spreadsheet would justify, because the goal was never the spreadsheet. The goal was the feeling of having something in hand when everything else feels like it is moving. Everything here is for educational purposes, not financial advice. For decisions about your money, please speak with a qualified professional. Take Maya, freelance designer, income already unpredictable before the hiring slowdown that hit creative industries hard through 2025. She built an emergency fund of $8,000, close to what her expenses actually require. Then she kept going. By the start of this year, she had $26,000 sitting in a checking account earning close to nothing, while carrying a balance of $4,000 on a credit card charging 22% interest. The math says pay off the card first. The math has never won that argument. Or Devon, who works in logistics and watched 2 rounds of layoffs move through the company in 18 months without personally losing the job. The threat was enough. Devon and a partner now hold $40,000 in cash, split across 3 different banks, because a headline about bank stability made keeping it in one place feel dangerous. None of it is earning more than 0.5%. At current inflation, that money is losing purchasing power every month it sits still. Then there is Priya, mid-career, stable job, strong retirement account. When cost of living headlines started stacking up in early 2026, she paused her 401k contribution, the one with a full employer match, to redirect that money into savings instead. She gave up free money to hold cash she was not going to touch. 3 people, 3 different reasons on paper, and the same underlying instruction running underneath all of it. There is a name for what is happening in Maya, Devon, and Priya's decisions, and it did not originate in a finance textbook. It comes from evolutionary psychology. Researchers who study resource scarcity, including work published in the journal Psychological Science by psychologist Vladas Griskevicius and colleagues, have found that cues of economic instability activate a fast, present-focused, self-protective mode of decision-making. This mode evolved in environments where resources were genuinely finite and unpredictable, where a bad season could mean starvation, and where visibly holding a reserve of something valuable was the single most reliable signal of safety available. Your brain still runs that same subroutine. It cannot tell the difference between a famine and a stock market headline. Both register as scarcity. Both trigger the same threat circuitry, centered in the amygdala, that once kept your ancestors alive by prioritizing immediate, tangible resources over anything abstract or delayed. A 401k match is abstract. A number in a banking app you can check at 11 at night is tangible. Under threat, tangible always wins, even when it is the objectively worse decision. This is also why the hoarding rarely has a natural ceiling. The instinct was not built to calculate an optimal number. It was built to keep acquiring until the feeling of threat subsided, and in a world of rolling news cycles, that feeling rarely fully subsides. The 30-Day Money Reset Workbook walks through exactly this pattern in its first phase: excavate, mapping where your specific version of this instinct comes from before it gets addressed. It is $27 at fluentinfortuneofficial.com/workbook, and it is built for precisely this moment. None of this means the instinct is wrong. It means it needs a job with an actual endpoint. 3 shifts make that possible. First, name a specific number before the anxiety spikes, not during it. 3 to 6 months of essential expenses, calculated in advance, written down. For most households, that lands somewhere between $12,000 and $30,000, not $40,000. Once Devon and their partner ran that calculation, the target dropped from $40,000 to $19,000. The remaining $21,000 had a new job to do. Second, move idle cash out of a checking account earning near zero and into a high-yield savings account. $20,000 sitting at 0.1% earns about $20 a year. The same $20,000 at a rate closer to 4% earns roughly $800 a year for doing nothing except existing in a different account. That is not a return. It is the cost of the instinct, refunded. Third, build a written if-then plan before the next uncertain headline hits, not after. If the market drops 10%, then I check my actual time horizon before touching anything. If a layoff rumor spreads at work, then I review my real number, not my anxiety. Priya restarted her 401k contribution once she had this plan in place, because the plan did the reassuring that the paused contribution used to do without giving up the employer match. That match alone was worth roughly $3,000 a year she had been leaving on the table. That 33% savings spike from April 2020 was not irrational. It was ancient. The same circuitry that told a person 40,000 years ago to hold on to every scrap of food during a hard season is the circuitry that tells you to check your balance at midnight during a bad news cycle. The instinct is not the problem. An instinct with no ceiling is. Maya, Devon, and Priya did not get calmer by ignoring the urge to hold cash. They got calmer by giving that urge a number, a purpose, and a stopping point. The chaos outside did not change. What changed was how much of it their money was still absorbing. If this pattern sounds familiar, the 30-day money reset walks through where your version of it started and how to give it a stopping point at fluentinfortuneofficial.com/workbook. Subscribe for more breakdowns like this one.